Alright. Seat belts. Good.
Feel alright, or do you want to adjust the pedals? They're in the middle now.
Yeah, I'll roll with it.
Okay.
Oh, another question I was going to ask before we get started was the this morning the pressure altitude was like negative 1800. In those cases, yeah, that's what it said.
That much.
That's what AWOL said. Anyway, let's say it's
I think
down.
it said 80 density altitude.
But in those cases, though, you just assume no lower than 0, right? Sea level. I mean, it's not like you make any
Like
adjustments.
pressure altitude is going to be set that to 29.9. It's going to be it's 600 feet.
Okay.
But yeah, you wouldn't go below.
You don't ever adjust
below
this.
zero.
Okay.
I mean, maybe if you were out in Death Valley or something, you might, but it's rarely if ever going to be below sea level.
Friction on.
This one has a marker for the clutch and then another marker for the autopilot.
What were the markers for? Just
This
quick
one's
visual.
for the clutch, yeah, so you could just reach over and pull it. The clutch light stayed on.
Okay. And landing lights off. Altimeter, we said that.
I just put it to fuel.
Governor on. And I had a question when I look at the governor's already on here.
Mm-hmm.
Why does it say it back on here, or is that just
verify,
reaffirming? Okay.
Verify it's on.
Okay. Throttle closed, battery switches. Strobe is on already. Nav lights off. You want to turn those off?
I just leave them on.
Okay. And then battery on. Clear. Mixture rich.
Yeah, it's been off for a couple hours, so you'll probably need about 3 seconds running.
Turn to both. Mixture alcohol. Starter engaged. That's okay to leave that open, right?
Yeah, it's fine.
Starter engaged. And this.
You have to wait till it catches. Let's go ahead and give it a little more prime. Push up the wrench and give it about 2 seconds more. Should start now. Wait. There. Now you can.
one too?
Yep.
Okay.
I can see why you can say the air conditioner needs to be on. It's already warm, isn't it? Clutch lights.
So just keep your hand on the throttle.
Yep.
That should be below 60. So just close the throttle so it tries to get below 60. I think the idle RPM set a little too high. It's supposed to be 60, but it's idling a little faster than that. And then this GPS, you can hit continue and then continue again. And you're on 123.0 there. This is COM 1. So we're talking on COM 1, listening to COM 1. If we want to listen to the weather here, this is COM 2. So we just hit that. We'll listen to the weather.
Automated weather observation. 1850 Zulu. Wind 200 at 07. Visibility 10. Sky condition clear. Temperature 13. Dew point -04. Altimeter 3022. Remarks. Density altitude 350.
So density altitude's 350 feet. Is what that means, 350.
Okay.
So that gives you an altimeter field elevation. So you have airspeed, altitude.
Yep.
This little bar graph there is your VSI. It's kind of hard to see.
Okay.
Like that's 500 feet sink rate, 500 feet climb rate.
Okay.
Because we don't have a mechanical gauge that tells you your climb rate. So there's your clutch lights out.
Yep.
Circuit breaker's still in, so we can go to 60 to 70 and let that cylinder head temp come up to touch the green. If you want to calculate your...
Nope.
Gotta go forward. There you go. Now back and down.
There we go.
Make sure it's closed, latched up there, yeah. So if you want to flip that over and calculate your max manifold pressure setting for continuous and 5-minute limit. So we're at 13 degrees C.
About 20,
and
22.8.
600 feet pressure altitude.
2.8 and then 25.8, 25.6. I was going to ask, like, if it's ever over 26, do you just ignore it and just go with the max there?
It's never going to be over 26.
Like, if you're way up here at 30 or 40 degrees and then you add your max, 2.8.
Oh, if you're like a real hot day.
Yeah. Do you ever go past this or?
No, that's the red line. You can't exceed that.
Good. All right, so 60-70%. Their gauges are just in green,
that's
just now
green,
touched.
green.
Yep.
So you go on up and do your mag check at 75.
5%.
So 2 clicks to the R.
2001,
Give it
2002.
2 seconds.
4 miles out, down on the 45.
Oh, good. Even split. Went back on both, and then you can, when you close the throttle to split the needles, you have to go all the way into the detent.
Oh, okay.
So let the RPM come back up toward 80 or so. Take it on up toward 80, and then just roll it all the way close into the detent kind of quickly. Yeah, so I'll show you in just a second.
Okay.
I usually just let the governor catch hold of it like that, and then just roll it into the detent.
Oh.
Should give it. Hang on.
Well,
Again, the idle RPM set a little high, so it's not wanting to split. There you go.
oh, there. Okay. Yeah, I thought I was doing it right.
Yeah, you were.
Okay.
Dumbass mechanic can't set the RPM right.
All right, the 60s are green. Gauges are still green. Okay. Needle split. Door
All he
split.
does is he pulls it out and starts it and runs it for like 5 minutes. Oh yeah, it's 60%. Well, when the engine warms up, it's 64%.
Right.
So you got to set it. You got to warm the thing up. You can't just.
Okay. Doors
do it
closed.
5 minutes.
Checked. I'm gonna put this away.
Back seat's latched. Everything latched. So.
We're gonna undo the cyclic friction, and here we're gonna check the hydraulic.
And so turn those off. Just do a little diagonal X pattern. Make sure your rotor follows your command. Should get stiff without hydraulics. You can lift the collective a little bit. It should feel stiff.
Mm-hmm.
And you can turn them on and do the same thing. Should be nice and easy.
Yep.
No kickback or any weird feelings.
Okay. And then we're going to take it to 102.
Yep. Once you get to 80, the governor will start taking up. You just want to keep your hand on the throttle in case it tended to overspeed it. Find that sweet spot so it doesn't shake the panel.
Okay.
And then you can bring it down to
97.
97 and lift the collective after that. Bring it down first.
Oh, I
Bring
thought
the RPM down first.
Yeah.
Gotta go lower. About 95. Keep coming down.
95, okay.
Now lift it and then
Let it
get the
back
horn.
up.
Now let the RPM come up and it should go out at 97.
Okay.
Which it did. Then back down with
Okay.
collective.
Alright. Okay, clear left, clear left. Friction's off, fuel on, governor on, hydraulic on.
Get your landing light on.
Landing light on. You want it's off, right? It needs to be on. On, okay.
We leave all the lights on.
Fuel, cage.
Yeah. Light
boat.
bulbs are cheap. Mid-air collisions are deadly.
Whew, it's warm. Alright.
If you want to take your hoodie off, I can hold the controls.
You don't mind?
Yeah,
All
I got
right.
them all.
It's warm. Much better. All
There
right.
you go. So you got all the
Roll it back.
controls.
Got 'em all.
Bring the RPM back up. Nice. Still clear left, clear above.
Hold on, you got the controls? Your controls?
There you go.
Sorry.
Yep.
It's an important thing.
Only if you crash.
Yeah. All right. Did all the pre-flight? Everything
Yep.
good? All right.
You got all the controls. You just don't want to drift to the left. The light boxes there.
All right. There we go.
You're just gonna keep your left hand grip relaxed. Once you get light on the skids, we'll keep the nose straight with the pedals and keep it in one spot with the cyclic. We'll come on up to about 5 feet. If you're clear right, we can slide to the right. Just back up a little bit so we don't get any closer to the fuel truck. And we'll do a left pedal turn here. Or a right pedal turn. See how easy
Yeah.
it is to let it get away from you on the right
Yeah.
pedal turn?
And
So
those
we
rudder
always,
pedals are
we always
really
prefer left pedal turns.
Those rudder pedals are really stiff. They feel stiff? Yeah, okay. Well,
We'll come up here, clear right, clear left, and we'll try a, once it comes to a stop, we'll do a left pedal turn. Yeah.
man.
Yeah, it'll probably just take you a little while to get used to the different forces than what you have in your sim.
Yeah. What you want me to do?
We can come up here and do a left pedal turn.
Okay.
Just check for traffic. Got traffic on this scope as well. Don't see anybody, haven't heard anybody. That's fine.
Another one?
Yeah, we can just,
Okay.
we'll take off,
Oh,
the wind's
taxiway.
favoring 1-5, so we'll just take off parallel 1-5 here. We'll do a right pattern, come back to the taxiway. And so just here, we'll do a normal takeoff this time. So
Okay, lights out.
taking about 21.5 inches, so we'll just hold that. And we'll just
Make
ease
my
it
call?
forward. Yeah, you can call that you're departing taxiway parallel 1-5.
Metro traffic helicopter 94 Bravo Golf departing taxiway parallel 15. Right close traffic.
Okay, so just ease that cyclic forward, take advantage of that extra lift. Leave that collective where it is, just
Yep.
keep easing the cyclic forward. We want to gain some speed here. There you go. And as we gain speed, that ground starts rushing
Yep.
by. That's
40,
usually
50.
about 40, 50.
Pitch out for 60. Keep it trim.
Yep, just keep that collective in where it is. So a little right pedal for the strings. That pad over there is where Andretti's going to build his new facility.
I was going to ask what that was.
We'll want to stay to the right. We don't want to drift over the runway.
Pitch it for 60.
So a little right pedal for the strings. Go. So generally at hover power and 60 knots in trim, it usually gives you about 500 feet per minute sync rate, that white bar.
It's 300. Return clear. How was that pickup for first time after 9 months?
Good. Well, you got that, had that electrical box there, the fuel truck, all those things kind of play into it and make it more nerve-wracking.
Okay, landing light is still on. 60 knots. Keep climbing. another 100 feet or so. Indy Metro traffic helicopter 94 Bravo Golf, right downwind 15.
It's
944.
or just, I would just say 4 Bravo.
4 Bravo Golf.
Yeah. So about 600 feet AGL and 75 knots on downwind is good.
Come on, another 100 feet. Where do you want my landing spot to be?
Oh, we can just go on the taxiway,
Okay.
maybe that
The intersection?
by the weather station pole there.
Okay.
That's Alpha 3. So when you're beam that, you can start lowering the collective. About 75 knots on that one.
The lower the collective.
And we're looking for any other aircraft traffic and doing a straight in or opposite pattern.
I'll slow down.
I'd say it's looking like you'll probably want to turn before the school.
Yeah, I'm just trying to slow down.
Yeah, you're fine. 75 good here.
And 400.
Clear left, clear ahead, clear right. Yep, so you're just going to come down this approach angle to come to a hover at that Alpha 3 intersection. This is where you'll have a little bit of right pedal crab in until we get below that 60 feet, and then you'll line it up with the yellow line. Looking good for a normal approach. Just as we get slower, it'll tend to sink more, so just to apply a little bit of that collective pressure. Just fingertip up. A little forward cycling so we keep moving toward our spot.
Yep, a little slow there.
Oh, you're going to this intersection, that's fine.
Oh, yeah,
if
sorry.
you're going to this one, that's fine.
I thought you said by this.
Yeah.
I guess I didn't know which one the weather station was. That's fine.
Yeah, that's the weather station there, but that's fine. So, come to a hover here. Apply that left pedal as necessary to keep the nose straight. Off forward pressure to come to a stop, a little left cycling because the tail rotor thrust drifts you to the right. Nice. We can go forward just a little bit to get away from that taxiway light there off your right tail there and come to a stop here. We'll just set it down here.
Stop. Okay.
Yeah, we can stop it here and set it down. Keep it coming down, keep it coming down. Until you touch all the way down.
What was that?
Nice. Huh?
Does that feel weird?
Just kind of rocked it a little bit.
Okay. Yep.
Nice there. We'll do our pre-liftoff check. Gauges green, RPM green, warning lights. Good on fuel. All right.
All right.
Cool. When you get facing the sun, it gets hot in here. So let's pretend we're like at the downtown heliport and we're going to have to do a max performance takeoff. So we'll just point our nose toward the wind over there. Slow right pedal, point our nose into the wind. There you go. When those strings are hanging straight down, that's into the wind. And we're just going to pretend like there's some buildings in front of us. So
right over that tower?
Just to the right of it.
Right of it,
Just ease a little forward cyclic. Once you get ETL, just let it climb. There you go. Just let that climb. Just hold that same power. Don't pull any more power unless it's necessary. So we would have even cleared that tower. So then, you know, once you're well clear of your obstacles, then you can pitch for 60 knots and it becomes a normal takeoff.
What's my call here?
I wouldn't worry about it.
Okay.
We'll just go out this way and do another pattern. We'll do a steep approach to the run-up area. Let's go ahead and turn right. We don't want to fly right over the top of the airplane there.
Okay. 60.
So just keep that hover power in, 21.5 inches of manifold pressure.
See, this is where, even in the sim, this is where I get slow. It seems to always drop when I do the right turn, when it should go nose down and go faster, right?
Well,
It's hard to get 60.
Yeah, just pitch forward a little bit.
Yeah.
miles, 2,000 feet higher than this, shouldn't be an issue. Let's just go ahead and turn our base leg early here, and we'll use the wind to our advantage. Indy Metro traffic, helicopter 4 Bravo Golf is short final 15 Metro.
Taxiway?
No, we're just going to go out and kind of come into the wind.
Oh, okay.
And we'll land about the same place we took off from.
Oh, into the wind.
Across, so we'll go up that way a little bit and then come back into the wind.
Got it. Okay.
And since we're getting over into where the airplanes would be, we just want to make sure we're not interfering with anybody. So doing a steep approach, we're going to lower the collective and slow it down. So we'll go to that intersection to the left of the weather station.
Okay.
So you want to slow it down to about 45 knots here as you're descending, and we'll come in at a steeper angle to clear our imaginary obstacles here.
Make sure there's nobody coming in on
Just
line.
keep slowing it down.
Yep.
And we're just going to go to that triangle area there.
Got it.
Yeah, so clear on final. Buddy didn't see anybody. So this is where we want to arrest our sink rate before we bleed all our airspeed off. So we want to come up with the collective, add left pedal, a little forward cyclic. We want to come to a hover at the triangle there.
Yep.
So you should be looking past it.
Yep.
Keep coming up with the collective. Adding left pedal as necessary. A little forward cyclic so we make the triangle so we don't end up ashore. There you go. So we cleared the obstacles, imaginary buildings, or whatever, and we didn't go too far and hit another building. So you can set it down here if you want. Just don't let it go sideways. Don't let it go sideways. We're drifting to the right. There you go. See how far we drifted to the right? We were centered over there and we drifted 10 feet to the right. That's a bad thing to come sit it on the ground with lateral movement, especially if you're on grass or something.
Yeah.
So, cool.
All right.
Well, do you want to head downtown?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay.
All right. Green, lights out. Green. All right, here we go.
All right. Nice. So you could either take off like we did before, or take off from the taxiway.
This way, yeah.
Yeah, a little safer to take off over a smooth, hard surface.
Indy Metro traffic, helicopter 4 Bravo Golf, departing taxiway, parallel 15 for south departure. Got a little high there.
You're all right.
Pitch for 60.
Departure pretty 60 is 6 miles to the west, inbound for left traffic, runway 27, straight to left downwind. Pretty Frankfurt traffic.
How did we pick up that?
Indy Metro traffic, Diamond 4658, we are 5 to the east, runway left downwind for runway 15 Metro.
Frankfurt, they share the same frequency, 123.0.
Okay. Now a good time to turn the landing light off?
I'd leave it on.
Okay, I was going to ask you, that's the one thing I keep forgetting in one of my practices, is ever turn the landing light off. When's a good time?
I leave it on all the time.
Do you? Okay.
Yeah. If that landing light is something that an airplane saw to avoid a mid-air collision, it would save your life. You know.
I didn't know if there was a...
Like I said, landing lights are cheap.
Okay.
You know, well, relatively. These are the high-intensity discharge ones. They're about $400 for the bulb, but they seem to last forever. I've never had to replace one, and we run them all the time.
Yeah, got a little fast there.
Graydon on the Lucas oil ship, he has his set up to wigwag.
Oh, that's good.
Left and right one, on, off, on, off, on, off. And that's actually been shown to minimize chances of bird strikes. Something, the eyes of the bird sees that alternating light and it avoids it.
Whatever's the safest thing, no matter what the cost.
Yeah.
This is so much fun.
Yeah.
I know I'm paying you, but thanks. Thanks for letting me do that. There's a couple birds right there.
A couple hunks. So we should probably be a little higher than this.
Yeah, I was trying to stay 14.
I'd go on up a little higher, like 17, 18.
Oh, really? I was never trying to get above 15.
I mean, the floor of Class Charlie is 2,100, so as long as we stay below that, then we're outside of Indy's airspace. But, there's not a lot of places to land around here, so,
you need your
another
time.
few hundred feet would allow you to glide further and get to a safe landing spot.
Okay. And I fly this often, so I was going to ask, do we stay along this road for the majority of the time, just in case?
Just follow Benford's a good way to do it. That way you have at least somewhere to go.
Yeah.
Just have to watch out for the power lines, crossing the road and that kind of stuff. But
you ever get to land in that quarry over there?
No.
I do.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, man.
Yeah, the little island in the White River behind Castleton there.
Yeah.
They've got a bald eagle nest that they're trying to repopulate the nest. They asked us if we would avoid landing there. But
Indy Metro, traffic diamond 4658, descending the left downwind for 15 Metro.
and you got 123.05 in standby. You can just hit that button there. It'll flip flop, and then you'll be on downtown's frequency.
Yeah.
But when they called me, they led the discussion with, we own that land, and
Yeah.
it was kind of like, well, maybe use a little more tact, like, why not come across as, we're all in this together, here's our goal, instead of like, why are you landing on our land? And I was like, that's in the middle of the White River, I don't think you own that. And they were like, well, we'll have to check our deed, but it's a nature preserve. We're the Indiana Land Trust, we own that land. I was like, back off, lady, If you think I'm doing something dangerous, call the FAA.
Go, runway 18, we'll be departing the pattern on the crosswind to the east.
It just, it immediately put up my defenses.
Yeah,
it's like, hey, why don't we try to work together here? I'm like, I'm all about...
Indy exec traffic, says 361 Victor, Pinto left downwind, runway 18, Indy exec.
I'm all about, helping nature and all that, but I really don't think it was helicopters landing there that caused the eagles to abandon that nest. Because they've been there, we've been there for a long time.
Yeah.
We were both there coexisting for a long time, and they decided they wanted to go somewhere else. It wasn't because of us. You think have you thought about maybe it's all the 18-wheelers driving by on the 465?
Yeah, but you make the most noise.
Yeah. Whatever. I was like, yeah, we'll avoid landing there.
Yeah, may just swing in left of these towers and just come in over the railroad tracks. Or what do you want me to do?
Yeah, whatever you think's good. I mean, the wind's coming out of the west, so it'd probably be good to land east to west.
What are we, 3 miles? 4 miles?
This is 5 nautical mile ring, and that's 8 Alpha, so we're 5 northeast.
Make my call or wait for closer?
Yeah, you can.
Is it Indy downtown?
Downtown traffic, yeah.
Indy downtown traffic, helicopter 4 Bravo Golf, 5 miles northeast at 1,600 inbound for the heliport. Oh my, got fast, sorry. On for it.
Something kind of cool here. I'll show you what this SAS does. So that engaged the SAS stability augmentation. So whenever we engaged it, you can let go of the cyclic, and it will hold whatever attitude you had when you engaged it. So if I bank it to the left and I let go, it brings us back to level, or whatever it was when you engaged it.
Yeah, okay. I can turn that off, right?
Yeah, just hit the red button. Those 4 tones tell you that all autopilot features, functions including SAS, are disabled now. But it'll do altitude hold, heading hold, it'll track a nav, it'll do a back course. Pretty much, it'll fly an instrument approach for you, basically.
Wow. I don't think the 44s have it, but the 66 has it.
Yeah.
And I never use it because I want all the practice I
You
can
do
get.
it only does cyclic. You do have to lower the collective if you want to descend on your approach course.
Got it.
But when you have altitude hold in there, what it does is if you let the collective go down, it'll just slow the speed down to try to
keep
hold
your
the
picture,
altitude.
yeah. Got it.
Yeah, so you got those 2 towers there.
Yep.
You're at 2 o'clock, 1:30. So those are about a mile east of the heliport.
What's the biggest chance to get the low G pushover? It's probably not. It's probably a gust of wind up, right?
Turbulence.
Turbulence. Yeah. Okay.
People trying to go too fast in turbulence.
788 Alpha crossing.
Because turbulence, you can get low G, and if you're going fast, the faster you're going, the lower the nose is, the higher the tail is, the more effect you're going to have on that tendency to roll right. That's why it says do not exceed 110 knots. Actually, we don't even need this placard here because we have the yellow arc, but it's just double reinforcement that if you're in turbulence, slow down.
Yeah.
I don't even like to go 105 knots. I like to slow down to 80, 90, Is
that a hint to me?
What's that?
That's a hint to me.
Oh, no, you're fine. I mean, it's not turbulent.
Yeah.
But if it got rough, then people want to say, oh, I'll just slow from 115 to 109. I'm okay. No, you're not. Just as likely to get it at 109 as you are at 115 or 120 or whatever. So here's where you would just call your
final
1 east, and no, I don't say final.
Okay.
Just say your 1 east landing heliport.
Indy downtown traffic helicopter 4 Bravo Golf 1 mile to the east inbound.
I'd hold this 500-600 feet AGL. It's about 732 feet is the heliport until you get a little closer. Then you can start descending.
Indy exact 378 Juliet Alpha, a left base for 18, Indy exact.
So we're going to do just like we did at Metro when we did that steep approach when we came across the runway. We'll be, gradually slowing it down to about 45 to 50, using your collective to come down this approach angle to get to the round H. And if that doesn't work out, just veer to the left and go to the parking area because nobody's out there. There is a lifeline near the fuel tank. Here's where we're going to be slowing to about 50. Coming down this steeper approach angle to obviously clear the wires and the train and everything. Final check, we got 42 knots of ground speed, 30 knots of airspeed, 39 knots, so we have actually got more airspeed than ground speed, so we have a headwind. If you have more ground speed than airspeed, then you have a tailwind. So here's where you start raising the collective so you don't sink, hit the train. That naturally slows you down, so you don't need to pull back on the cyclic to slow down. If anything, you might need a little forward cyclic to keep moving toward your spot. Adding that left pedal. For some reason here, you get this radio interference. I think it has something to do with the switching for the train tracks or something. Left pedal.
Yeah,
left pedal.
Try not to jerk on it.
Don't go beyond here. That's a no movement area there. And we can just hover taxi over to one of the parking spots if you want. I want to be a little lower on the skid height. 5 feet is good. We're about 8 or 9 feet there. Set it here in circle number 7 if you want. I'll just orient your nose into the wind if there is any wind. There's a little bit. Go. You can see it's a little lower here than it is at Metro. So, don't see anybody following us in. Nobody there, nobody there. So we can just plan on. You can either pick it up and go back to the H, or we can just depart from here and go toward the Hart building there.
All right, we'll do that.
Okay.
Lights out. Lights up the green. Lights out. All right.
A little left cyclic so we don't drift to the right. There you go. Beautiful.
Lights out. Top of green. Green. All good. All right, here we go.
So again, just ease that cyclic forward, take advantage of ETL. Once you start climbing, just let it climb. Now we're clear of our light poles and stuff. You can ease the cyclic forward gradually. We'll stay to the right of that apartment building.
Yes, sir.
Just follow the railroad tracks. Don't necessarily have to get to 60 immediately. It'll climb better at 45. Get a little bit more clearance away from the buildings and such.
Exact Piper, Archer, 320 Juliet Alpha, doing short base, short final. Runway
I would say stay to the left of the smokestacks the way the wind's blowing.
Yep.
You don't want to be downwind of it, so stay to the left of the smokestacks.
Oh, it's left of.
Yeah, upwind of the smokestacks.
Got it.
So where those piles of gravel is, that's where they're going to build that new soccer stadium.
Ah.
That used to be the Diamond Chain facility. They tore all that down. And to stay out of Charlie airspace,
yeah.
we can start a right turn here.
Is Charlie airspace the river here?
Yeah, just a little bit
Okay.
west of the river is where the surface area starts. You can see the tower over there,
Yep,
so that's
yep.
about 6 miles away. I will just carry the ride a little bit more. Avoid flying right over the zoo. They don't like us to fly right over the zoo either. Like whatever.
Animals filing complaints?
Yeah. Like those 757s flying over on the way to Indy isn't bothering me anymore.
Where we head?
Wherever you want to go. We can go out by the speedway. We can go.
Yeah, we can go to Speedway, I guess.
So basically, this magenta arc is your surface area. We just have to stay to the outside of that.
Gotcha.
And we have to stay below 2,100, but you're fine going up to 16, 17, whatever. 18.
Yep. I visit those helipads a lot right there.
Yeah. So you know the numbers there? See the 12 and 50? You know what those mean?
Are those the weight limit?
Yeah, 12 is the weight limit, 12,000 pounds max gross weight of the helicopter, and then the 50 is the 50-foot rotor diameter is the maximum rotor diameter.
Okay, I didn't know that one.
Yeah, let's see if we got any jets landing. Don't see any. There's one out there about 5 miles away from us. It'll be a while before he gets here.
Sorry, I got so used to flying at 14 or 1500.
Indy exact 378
Well, my eyes keep shooting for it.
Indy exact.
I honestly, on that sim, I don't goof around a lot. I try to do everything just, just the right way.
Indy exact 378.
That's why I was asking all those questions instead of just blasting through an airport.
Sure. Try to do the proper procedure. We'll just want to scoot to the right a little bit. Basically, if you stay north of the track, you're outside of the surface area of Charlie, but if you're like over turn 1, you're inside Charlie surface area. Which is not a big deal. We just have to call them up, talk to them, so they know where we are. I mean, they know where we are anyway by our transponder. That's the problem. They know when you encroach on their airspace without talking to them, and then they
That's all right.
slap you on the hand.
Yeah, I need to adjust the rotor putter tension on the sim because it's really stiff. To me, it feels really stiff, but obviously that's probably just right. But
Let me try the pedals for a second.
Alright, your pedals?
Yeah, that's normal.
Okay.
You got them again?
I got 'em.
Got all three. So have you ever landed at the helipad at the speedway? It's right by the museum.
Are we able to?
No.
Now that I know it's there, I've done 10-foot laps around the speedway.
Yeah, I'm sure. I'm just
Eagle
gonna
Creek, the
listen to
helicopter
Eagle
806
Creek.
Juliet Romeo is going to be departing the pattern on a heading 120,
Creek's right there.
headed southeast, Eagle Creek.
Julia Romeo. I don't know who that is. Might be, no clue.
There's a plane.
Yeah, it's going into Indy. Yeah, when you turn away from the sun, the air conditioning gets a little cold. Yeah, so we, don't want to like cross underneath him, behind him, because he's got wake turbulence and stuff. So we'll just stay over here because the wind's blowing his wake turbulence away, further away from us.
I thought it would be blowing that way. Oh yeah, it's blowing that. Okay.
So I mean, it's kind of the wind's at our tail now. See our ground speeds 89, 90, and our airspeed's 80. So we got about a 10 knot tailwind component, but it's actually coming from 194. That tells you where the wind's coming from at 10 or 11 knots.
Couple of towers there.
Yeah, the one over by Butler, and then the tower farm up there. Yeah, you fly really well.
Thank you.
I think you're.
I didn't want to
Whatever
say.
you're doing is.
I didn't want to jinx it. Well, you never know until you get in the real thing.
That's that mansion on the lake that used to be owned by Crystal DeHaan, the RCI Resort Condominiums International lady.
Oh wow.
She died, but her charity sold the mansion and the grounds to that company, Restoration Hardware, and they turned it into like a destination showroom.
That is.
They got like
awesome.
a restaurant in there, and
Oh, you can go in there?
Oh yeah, you can
Okay.
go. They want you to go in there. They want you to buy all their home furnishing stuff. But they have, different rooms decorated in different, stuff from our age.
I just flipped this frequency so I can listen to Metro, right?
Yep. And I'll turn off the Eagle Creek one because we're getting further away from them. We don't really need to.
Mike Alpha, about 3 miles out from the northeast, entering the downwind at the 45 for runway 15, Indy Metro.
Indy Metro traffic, cab 1210, turning left base, 15, simulated engine failure.
Metro traffic, Archer 115 Tango Whiskey is on an 8-mile final, RNAV 15. This will be a full stop, Metro.
This will be decent since we can, our patterns on this side, right patterns on this side, they're
Yeah, it'll set you up nicely to come in for a 45 to a right down. So occasionally it's not a bad idea to check your gauges, warning lights and all that. Make sure your fuel consumption is reasonable for how long you've been flying.
Which golf course is that?
I think that's Meridian Hills. Yeah, that's
private.
Meridian Street. Yeah, it's one of the older country clubs in the city.
Pretty much traffic, 737 Zulu Juliet, 5 miles to the east. We're going to enter on a left downwind for 19 Greenwood.
Like we land on that sandbar down there in the river.
Frankfurt traffic, Archer pretty
And I can't remember who called and said that, we were doing something dangerous. And, well, call the FAA. It's like, if you think I'm doing something dangerous, call the FAA. I'll be happy to talk to them. But I'm not going to talk to you because you think something dangerous when it's not dangerous.
At the 45.
And, they're like, well, how can you land on that sandbar? Like, it's part of the river. It's public property. You don't own it.
Is 15 be a left turn out northbound departure?
I don't know. You know, it's like when people start saying they own stuff.
Yeah.
You know, that belongs to everybody.
Come on, traffic cam 1-8, echo turning final 23, Tucson.
Clear traffic for taxi 20, left crosswind runway 19, clear traffic.
Greenwood traffic 737 Zulu Juliet, 3 miles to the east. We're going to enter on a 45 for the left downwind behind that traffic.
Yeah, it'd be kind of cool to land in the quarry there, but I seriously doubt if
Stop on by Franklin all late.
Martin Marietta would give me permission to do that.
Come on down to Franklin. I'll give you all the opportunity you want.
Final for the RNAV 15 Metro.
So see that sycamore tree by the edge of the river? That's where the bald eagle nest is.
Oh, yeah.
On the
And I got final traffic.
left edge of the
for you guys.
Oh, okay, yeah.
meadow there.
That's P20, I know that.
They set up like cameras to see if the eagles
Traffic, Archer pretty 60.
were living in it.
Upline runway 27. Franklin.
Indy Metro Evolution 38 Tango Juliet departing the area to the north. Last call.
A little right pedal for the strings there, and we'll get you in trim. When it feels like a helicopter's doing this, that's when you're out of trim.
Traffic 737 Zulu Juliet entering left down 1 for 19 Greenwood.
Make my call.
Sure.
Indy Metro traffic helicopter 4 Bravo Golf, 1 mile to the west, 1,500. We'll be entering a right downwind, 15.
Got landing line on. Good on fuel. Green, green, green. RPM green. No lights. There we go.
Hope somebody see anybody mark pattern.
Somebody 500 feet below us over here, supposedly. That box that says -5. See.
Frankfurt traffic, Archer pretty 60, turning left downwind. Frankfurt.
Oh, they're probably on the ground.
There's another helicopter out here.
I don't see anybody.
See anybody come in?
Traffic Archer 105 Tango Whiskey's on a 2 mile final for 15 Metro.
Probably going to have to sidestep to the taxiway.
Greenwood traffic 737
Clear
Zulu
left.
Juliet turning left base for 19 Greenwood traffic.
Don't turn out this way.
Okay, that was that airplane that was showing, because now he's -1. So it's legal for him to turn right.
Yeah.
Leaving.
I just didn't want to.
Yeah.
Or I was watching. How's that?
Yeah.
Taxiway or runway?
Your choice. Taxiway looks clear.
Let's do taxiway. Indy Metro traffic helicopter 4 Bravo Golf, right downwind, 15.
Left.
Traffic 105 Tango Whiskey's on a short final 15 Metro.
Oh, there he is. I got him.
Traffic, Camp 18 Echo, left downwind 23, Tucson.
Indy Metro 76 Mike Alpha, turning left crosswind for runway 15, Indy Metro.
Busy.
Just don't get too slow here. 75 knots on downwind.
Just trying to get him behind him.
Greenwood traffic 737 Zulu Juliet turning final for 19 Greenwood.
I can turn when I'm on beam, right?
Yeah, as long as you're. I mean, usually when you turn when you're beam, by the time you get turned, he's well ahead of you. And clear left.
Clear left.
That guy's about to touch down. Nobody on the taxiway. So just pick a intersection out there and try to make a normal approach to it.
Okay, we'll go to about Alpha 3.
Okay. That's the one that he's going past right now.
Well, how about the...
No, it's fine. You're going to be on the taxiway.
Yeah, got it.
I was just making sure you knew which one was which. They're numbered from the other end on the runway. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Yeah. Now, when you come from this way, you renumber them this way, or do you still say this is 5?
No, they're labeled. 1,
Okay.
2, 3, 4, 5.
But they don't switch if you're going from here to...
No.
Okay.
real steep.
I don't know what their convention is of how they determine the numbering. Like at Eagle Creek, they're numbered the other way. Like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 when you're headed southwest. So I don't know how it works.
Indy Metro traffic.
There's those lateral vibrations showing.
15, taxiing back to 15, Indy Metro.
Coming back up through ETL. Just a little lateral vibration. Just a little up collecting forward cyclic and he'll work out perfect. And he said he's going to taxi back here, so we can just scoot over there to the grass if you want.
Metro 76 Mike Alpha, turning left base for runway 15 Indy Metro.
We'll just go up to that little triangle area where the crops turn. Okay. We'll set it down there. If you want.
Gotta be careful of wet.
Yeah.
Mud.
Don't want to have any sideward or rearward motion.
And Metro traffic 105 Tango Whiskey, taxiing back via Alpha to runway 15 Metro.
Just pick a spot that looks somewhat level and not too soggy.
Metro traffic Bonanza 109 Charlie, 5 miles to the east northeast.
My skid looks alright.
Okay.
Again. How'd that feel? Pretty good?
Yeah, a little shaky, but not bad for 9 months, I think. I don't want to jinx myself.
You're doing fine.
What you want to do?
It's been about 45 minutes. We could call that a day, or we could do anything else you want. We could do some more hover work. We could.
Yeah, I'm good calling it a day.
Okay.
I was pretty happy with that.
Yeah.
All right, lights out, top of green.
Here just might be helpful to kind of just do small circles with the cyclic until you feel it get light, and then it kind of tells you what the cyclic's doing and whether it's going to take it left, right, or backwards, and you can make adjustments as you get light. And using your feet to keep the nose straight. Go. So see, it wants to go forward, just ease back a little bit on the cyclic. Now a little right cyclic so it doesn't go off to the left. Nice. Go straight, clear right, clear left. That guy's landing, or doing a touch and go. We'll just park it
Where we normally park.
where we did, or even over here, be fine.
That's your call, bud.
That guy's going to come back and fly at 3 o'clock, so we'll just go over here instead.
You may follow the lines or go directly.
Just go. We're into the wind now, so just past those
wet
spots on that. Maybe those last couple tees. We'll set it into the wind there.
Okay.
Just try to keep the skid height down around 5 feet.
Sorry.
If the engine quit here, it'd be kind of a hard landing.
Metro traffic, Archer 105 Tango Whiskey, taking off runway 15, and we'll be staying in the pattern, Metro.
And just point your nose toward the Jeep there. That's about into the wind. Right here's good. Just kind of over these last 2 tees here. Just don't let it go to the right. See how we're drifting to the right? Just avoid that. There you go.
Metro traffic Bonanza 1089 Charlie, turning left base 15.
Go. You can roll that throttle down, put it down. Yeah, 60 to 70 for the cool off. We've got a 2-minute countdown timer here. That'll give us the engine cooling period.
Friction's on, right?
Yeah.
Oh, that was awesome.
Yeah. Have you ever flown this one before? I'm trying to, probably not if it's been 9 months.
The call sign is,
yeah.
It kept throwing me. I tried to switch between the 3 or 4 call signs that we have had, and then this one threw me.
So you flew the black one, 7-3 Golf Charlie, maybe?
No, I didn't. Yeah.
Yeah, I had that one, and then I sold it just a couple weeks ago because it didn't have all the instrumentation to do instrument training.
Yeah.
And when I got this one, it did, and it also had the autopilot. So I got rid of the one that it wasn't as useful for me.
Indy Metro traffic, Archer 115 Tango Whiskey, left crosswind for runway 15, touch and go, Indy Metro.
is just giving us a 2 minute, when it counts down to 2 minutes, it'll say timer expired. And that's when, you know, the cylinder head temp is cooled off enough and we just close throttle, disengage clutch, and then it'll start counting up once you go past the 2 minutes. And then when we get to 30 seconds, that's when we pull the mixture.
Well, I'm just glad that all the time in the simulator justified now, because that was probably my best one. I mean,
and if you're, you know, having fun doing it.
Oh yeah.
Indy Metro traffic.
Well, I wanted it to help. I wanted it to be real enough where it helped, you know.
Yeah.
Indy Metro.
That's still got another 10 or 11 seconds. It's kind of nice. It beeps up in your headphone, says time expired.
Timer expired.
So disengage the clutch, and then it'll count up when it gets to 30, then you can pull the mixture. So yeah, it's idling at about 64,
Yeah,
it should be 60. That's why it's kind of, it starts and it revs fast. Let's see if they got my email.
It's 30.
Indy Metro traffic,
Yeah.
Archer 115 Tango Whiskey,
Whoa.
turn in left base, runway 15, Indy Metro.
Well, that doesn't have a chain on it.
Yeah, you can just put it on the radio knob there, it'll stay.
Seconds. Keep counting. Yeah.
Yeah, I usually just wait till the clutch light goes out. It takes about a minute.
Okay.
That saves a little wear and tear on the rotor brake.
Indy Metro traffic, Archer 115 Tango Whiskey, final for runway 15, Indy Metro.
How close are we to starting the? We did one rapid decel last time to kind of simulate the bottom of a auto.
Careful, that's rocking back
Is that not,
there.
I thought, I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, you know, we could move forward with getting into doing air taxis and rapid decelerations, and then move into doing auto rotations and stuff. Fine.
Oh, do I get bonus points for right on? You want to lock that?
You can just leave it off.
Off?
Yeah.
Okay. It's off. Leave the strobe on. Avionics off. Alternator off. I thought it was just the strobe. But
It's just preference.
Okay.
You know, some people don't run the nav lights during the day, but like I say, it's cheap. Insurance makes you more visible to another aircraft. Yeah.
Oh.